Greetings everyone, welcome aboard. My name is Joseph James. Happy Tuesday to you guys, February 15th, 2011. As you can hear, I'm trying to get past this cold. I'm trying to get this cold out from underneath me, guys. This is day number 5 here for my cold. I'm feeling a lot better though. As you can hear my voice though, my voice is what's kind of dragging right now though. But I feel amazing. We had a great day in the room today. We had the second of 2 days, well 3 days in a row, focused on the fast track method in the room today. So a great example of how to use the fast track today. 5 winners in the fast track. We had 2 losses, I believe, 2 high risk fast track trades. We'll talk about all of that with members in training tomorrow. But let's talk about what the most important thing is about the day today. What happened today? Well, of course, we began this morning with the dollar. The dollar woke up this morning. Where is it? It's right in the middle of the range. Now, we talked about this in the morning prep, guys. Did you see the morning prep? The morning prep, 7:45 a.m. every morning. The morning prep is posted on the blog. That morning prep will give you the trend lines, right? The highs and lows, where you want to be paying attention to. We also on the morning prep talk about the dollar. The dollar in the middle of the range, but one thing we noticed on the morning prep this morning, one thing that was screaming at us for the dollar was how close it was to the BMT. We called that the BMT, the big money trigger line. That was right in the middle of the range, and the dollar was right near that BMT. Now, we took about a half an hour today to talk about how we use the big money trigger, how we use the BMT. So if you guys stuck around for that today in the room, we did a special webinar, 11:30. We talked about the BMT. But that was the first thing we saw today, though, was the dollar in the middle of the range, and then right below it was the BMT. And we know that BMT, right, it's what the big money uses, but most importantly, it's usually right in the middle of our range. Okay, so we use that as a cautionary sign. So the dollar told us, right in the middle of the range, by the BMT, there's 2 strikes against us. So we knew right away this morning, right, we're going to want to wait to see that dollar move off that BMT and start making new highs or making new lows. Now, we had 8:30 news this morning, so we also knew that that dollar could quickly change direction at any time after we saw 8:30 news. News came out flat today, guys. We had a lot of news. Right, 9 o'clock, I'm sorry, we had 8:30, we had 9:15, we had 10 o'clock news. Each one of those, we had multiple news events to worry about. Now, guys, I'm no Alan Greenspan, right? I'm no George Soros. I'm not a professional economist, okay? I don't have a team of people behind me telling me what each of these news events means. So as a day trader, as I'm sitting here in my home office, right, we're hearing the news come out. And we've got lots of news coming out, right? Lots of different news that's coming our way. How do we know what does what? How do we know which reaction to look for? We have a very easy job at that. Watch the dollar. So this morning at 8:30, we saw 3 different news events come out. Most of them are flat, but I didn't even care. I didn't even care about what all the intricacies are, right, with all the news events. All right? What does crude inventories rising mean? Good or bad? I don't know. Right? What about jobless claims? Good or bad? Right? What about PPI and import prices and construction spending and home values? Right? Guys, these economic news reports, sometimes it can be very difficult to tell what the actual reaction is going to be. Right? Forget what the news comes out as. I focus on the reaction. And what's the easiest way to filter out all that noise? Focus on one thing, right? The US dollar. Guys, all the biases, all the opinions, all of the reaction to that news is all summed up in that dollar. So we watch the dollar basically we watch the dollar all day long. But specifically at 8:30 this morning, we watched the dollar reaction to tell us what direction to be trading on the markets we trade. So 8:30 news came out, 8:30 news is flat. We then saw crude, right? We then saw crude go up and make new higher highs on crude. Whenever we see new higher highs, I'm always looking to buy a pullback. We bought a pullback after seeing new highs. Now notice I didn't say we bought the highs, right? I don't want to buy the highs, just like I don't want to sell the lows. I want to buy a pullback, right? So high of day will break above the high of day, right? Then pullback, right? Buy the pullback at support. So we bought the pullback at support on crude for the first trade of the day. It was a great trade, right? 33 ticks, $300, and we called it live in the room for all the fast track traders. Now today was a great example of how we gave you guys exactly what to be doing. If you were in the room with us this morning, you got the exact entry, the exact stop, the exact target, and the exact trigger, right, for getting into those fast track trades. We had hundreds of members this morning all trading right with me, knowing the exact entry, the exact target, the exact stop. Guys, it does not get any easier to learn than this today, guys. It was a great example this morning. So we began on crude, again, all fast tracks today. Began on crude, buying a pullback. We then went up and tested the highs of the range on crude. Remember, difference between the high of day and the high of the range. We made a new high of day on crude, bought a pullback. Then we found ourselves the high of the range. At the high of the range, trend line overhead, sold the highs. Right? So we sell the highs with a two-step reversal pattern. Then coming down off the highs, we make swing lows, sell a retracement. New lows, sell a retracement. And we sold retracements at resistance, of course, right, twice on the way down. And that pretty much took care of our crew. We didn't have a lot of action today, guys. We only took about 6-7 trades today. Now, gold was kind of a nightmare to begin with. Very slow, very sideways. And if you guys remember, it was at the top of the channel. Now, every once in a while, these price channels, for example, on gold, gold loves, top of the price channel, gold loves to just smack right up to it, right? And then trade sideways at the top of the channel. This morning, we noticed the gold was right there, smack at the highs. And of course, I can't buy yet. I wanted to sell. So we sold. Very slow though, right? Very slow today on gold. But again, once we came off those highs, sold a pullback, sold a retracement at resistance. So we make a new swing low, we bounce off that low, sell that retracement off the lows at resistance, right? Bring it back down. All right, guys? Now, what was the key today? The fast track, right? The fast track method continues to show you guys easy ways to earn and learn at the same time. Now, see a little bit more about the fast track. Remember, the fast track method is just those little baby steps before you get started on this whole entire method we trade. All right, the fast track method says you don't need to worry about the more advanced stuff, right? Just worry about the more basic stuff first. Easy entries, easy trade management. Learn the method, learn the patterns, learn the rules. The fast track method says, we all know we want to go out and do big things. We all know we want to get advanced. We all know we want to take these big winning trades. But we've got to start somewhere. We must start with the most basic information first. The fast track is great because today we had 5 winners and we had 2 higher risk losses. So if you took all 7 trades, you were up 50 ticks, right? And you lost 20 ticks. So you made $300 today per contract. Right, 30 ticks of profit per contract, guys, on the fast track. And again, this morning was great because I gave you guys the exact entry, the exact stop, the exact target. So you guys, all you had to do was get in where I said to get in. All right, members, we'll be doing a special training on the fast track tomorrow afternoon, a members training. All right, as you can see here, guys, 2, 4, 6 total trades. Only 1 there on gold. Would have loved to have grabbed the short on gold a bit better than that, but the market didn't move at all. So we had crude, you see 5 trades on crude, 1 on gold, 175 ticks. Now this is what I'm talking about, guys. 6 trades, 175 ticks, right? 1750. We hit the final target on 5 out of the 6 trades. Look at that. With the exception of that final trade 1130 on crude, we hit the third and final target 5 out of 6 times, right? Not a bad day. 175 ticks, 1750. Now we are closed Thursday and Friday, so tomorrow's our final day of the week. If you recall, we talked about this in the room today. We've got long weekend ahead, right? Next Monday's a holiday, and we have OPEX. So Thursday, Friday will be undoubtedly slow. So we'll be closed, trade room closed Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Our sales and support offices are open and working, right, every day of the week. All right, guys, if you have questions, a member, email us, right, or call us on the phone. If you're a guest, right, you want to email us for membership information, we're working over the break. All right, our trade room, though, will be closed Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Monday's a holiday. I'll be traveling back to the country on Tuesday, and, of course, we'll be right back at it next Wednesday morning. All right, guys, next Wednesday morning. So we got 1 more day left this week, guys. 1750 for the day. That brings to 3660 for the week. We've now made 24,000 on a very short month. And of course, don't forget, yearly total of 55,000, 30,000 in January, 20,000 in December, guys. We'll keep you posted the rest of the month.